We've discussed the border crisis, the opioid crisis, the drug crisis, and the crime crisis on this program many times. But there's unfortunately another crisis that is rarely discussed publicly, but it's impacting American culture, interpersonal relationships, and the mental health of millions: pornography. Gone are the days when people used to hide their magazines under the mattress. Increasingly, porn is the norm in our society. Today, porn sites receive more website traffic in the United States than Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Netflix, Pinterest, and Zoom combined. In 2019, and that's before the pandemic locked people in their homes, more than 5.8 billion hours of pornography were watched in this country on just one major website. That is equal to almost 6.6 centuries of content consumed in 1 year on just one porn site. So how did we get here, and what are the impacts, and what can we do about it? Donna Rice Hughes is the president and CEO of Enough is Enough, an organization committed to making the internet safer for children and families. She joins us now. Donna, the stats are absolutely staggering. A lot of studies have been done on the psychological impact of pornography. Talk to us about why this is so addictive and why so many people are getting sucked in.
Well, you're right. It is very addictive. And we now know that based on science, in fact, brain science is showing that this type of content, which, by the way, let me just say this is, like you said, this isn't your grandfather's pornography of yesteryear. This content is violent. It's extreme. In fact, 88% of it depicts some form of violence against a female: strangulation, choking, rape, beating, etc. So what happens in the brain is it actually rewires it. And I won't get too technical with you, but your brain is literally rewired, which is why it makes it so difficult to break an addiction. And with children consuming this content more and more and more. In fact, they've had a steady diet of this hardcore extreme pornography really since the advent of the internet, which is long as I've been doing this work, protecting children from all of the bad stuff online. So anyway, with a child's brain, it is not fully developed yet. So it even becomes more difficult for them later in life and can just really wreck them. But content like this actually changes attitudes. In fact, we know that of child sex offenders or of youth sex offenders, it has been tied to their use of violent pornography. These are kids sexually violating other kids. Let me just give you a few stats.
Okay.
A half of fifth graders are consuming this content. Kids under 10 years old represent 22% of the youth that consume this. And the pornographers know if they can get kids addicted at a young age, they'll have them most likely as consumers for life.
Donna, I don't want to interrupt you, but I wanted to ask you a follow-up question here about this, about who's watching. Because, we tend to think about this being an addiction that hits mostly or only men. But women are getting sucked into this as well as young teens and kids even. Talk to us about that.
Yes, certainly women are. I mean, now that the stigma, if you will, of getting pornography in a XXX rated bookstore or at a newsstand has been removed because of the internet and devices. You can watch it in the privacy of your own home, anonymously, or even at work in some instances. So it affects everyone. No one is immune. We tell this to parents all the time. Even if your child is not at all interested in the opposite sex, that does not mean at a very young age, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, they can get drawn into this world.
Yeah,
here's the thing. This content is not protected under the First Amendment. The majority of this content is prosecutable under current federal obscenity laws. But guess how long it's been since we've had those laws enforced?
How long?
Since Attorney General John Ashcroft.
Wow.
So we've got to get those laws enforced. We went to Congress last year and ask Congress to tell DOJ to start prosecuting the federal obscenity laws.
So, Donna, we know that it rewires the brain like an addictive drug does. We know that it impacts kids and individuals' ability to have normal relationships, interpersonal relationships. Talk to the parents, and I really only have about 30 seconds for you. Talk to the parents about what they can do to help ensure that their kids are shielded from this material, and we'll continue the conversation another time.
Yes, absolutely. First of all, realize that as a parent, you're the first line of defense because the government and law enforcement are not doing their job. So the top two things that you need to do is know what your kids are doing online and turn on parental control tools. That means filters and monitoring technology on every device they're using. Their laptops, their smartphones, and their gaming devices.
Okay. All right. Look, this is the beginning of a much larger conversation because it's a massive problem and people don't talk about it. Donna Rice Hughes from Enough is Enough. Head to their website, enough.org. Check them out. Thank you very much for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.